like a pebble being dropped in a cave system. The Wurlitzers. Oh.
Welcome back to fucking Scotland.
Look how I'll beat you up. We have crossed a milestone.
Wait, I'll put this fucking thing off.
Yeah, put it off.
We have crossed a milestone.
Milestone. The closest I've come to a stone is a kidney stone.
Kidney stone.
But this is a milestone. When this started, we got that contract for Barlinnie Special Unit. So we thought we'd be listened to by 20 lunatics. And it turns out
we are.
It turns out we are. They just listened to it repeatedly.
This is true.
Oh, we've created a lost generation.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? If we can't create something, let's destroy something.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that?
Well,
isn't that the way
nothing
you're
can
meant to do it?
truly be destroyed.
Well, no, that's true. Energy
I'm
can't be
my
destroyed.
Keys. Okay, my keys.
Oh, how professional.
Yeah, rattling my keys about.
What the fuck is that on your keys?
That's a set of keys.
No.
This is my
I'm following down. What is that? Is that... Have you got a crab on it?
No, that's a deer I killed with my bare hands.
Okay, I see what it is
That's
now.
the antler bit. I've got my... This is the keys I carry about every day.
Oh my god.
I'm like a warden. It's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest. It's like the Shawshank Redemption.
That's exactly what it's like.
Well,
How
what I've
awful.
done...
Yeah.
I don't want to get teary-eyed. Because we've crossed a Rubicon,
A Rubicon.
I thought we should celebrate.
Oh my goodness.
So I got myself a Bud Farm, and I thought... And I go... I got a bag of Haribo Star Mix.
Oh my god.
But I wasn't sure what would Derek drink, because you're not a drinker.
No, I'm not.
I got yourself a Kopparberg gin and lemonade.
A gin and lemonade. I've never had gin in my life.
They're good.
I'm going to give it a go.
Give it a go.
I'll give it a go. That's what I'm having tonight.
Are you having that tonight? I'm having it now.
I'm driving.
Oh fuck! There's no.
No, I don't know. There's not. There's no. I'm not.
No, there's no alcohol in them.
Oh jeez.
I essentially treat them.
It says 5% volume.
I essentially treat them as a soft drink.
I could imagine.
Oh,
you're actually drinking. Here we go. So it begins. So the milestone. We haven't actually said what it. Did we say it? 10,000 hours.
they know so because they're fans.
10,000 hours downloaded. That's like 400 and something days of nothing but us.
People have got so much time to waste.
Oh my god.
The things the time they've listened to us, they could have learned the language.
Yeah.
They could have learned archery, fly tying.
Archery's good.
Fly tying. They could have become sexual tyrannosauruses like
Us?
we are, like us, yeah.
Rawr.
Tenacious.
I'm very, very apathetic. Every time I think of me sexually, apathetic's the first thing that jumps into my mind.
Well,
Just,
dinosaurs,
whatever.
there's a theory it's a meteor, but it was just, they just got tired.
All the
Have
shagging.
you seen the arse on a Diplodocus?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Diplodocus is like that. If you put weight on, it's not you, it's me.
Oh God. So 10,000 hours, dude.
It's over 10,000 now.
Over 10,000 now. And that's
Do you want me to open the Haribo?
I think we should. Because
No, I went
people
for
do
this-
love us eating.
I went in the... I thought, these aren't crunchy. They'll be a soft...
So no one will hear.
No
I
one
want
will
an
hear.
egg. I want an egg. Is
I'll
there an
go
egg
for it.
there? Is there an egg? Oh,
Oh, I'm going to have an egg as well.
wait, hold on. No one will hear.
Oh, God, they're good.
That was delightful.
A guy, back in the day, I'm not going to say his name, came to our town, very flamboyant character, very charismatic.
Okay.
But he was my drug dealer. So we used to go round to his house, smoke a dope,
Okay.
write poetry.
Oh Jesus!
What a very
What kind of drug dealer was this?
fuck's sake. But nice guy, his whole family come up there. But yeah, we went up one time and he goes, look at all these yogurts, really nice. Fruit corners, remember when they came out? They were a revelation. They changed
Amazing.
the whole landscape of yogurts.
I believe they did.
Didn't they? Before that, it was just a ski.
And it was just all blended
Well,
in.
blended in.
I
You
could
could choose how you homogenise you mix them. Anyway, so he gave us all these nice yogurts. Where did we?
Homogenised a yogurt. Stop with your words.
I don't know. They say it on milk now. I believe it's so the milk, the fat doesn't separate. Homogenised milk. You remember as a child when you were living in that little squalor?
Yeah.
You'd go out to steal the neighbour's milk, and there would be a blue tit tapping at it because the cream on top.
Was it? Yeah.
That doesn't happen now because the milk is homogenised.
Oh.
But anyway, so I said, well, these are lovely fruit corners. Where did you get these from? And he said, they were throwing them out at the back of the copy. So he'd fetched them out of a skip, and we were eating them. They tasted fine. Rats had been on them and shit. Anyway, long way to get to a story. Through Facebook, I'd heard from this guy, and he's now working at Haribo factory down south.
Oh.
So I said to him, how'd you go? And he says, do you like Haribo? I'm like, who doesn't like Haribo? And a couple of days later, a thing like a coffin showed up at my door, and it was just filled with Haribo.
Oh.
Every conceivable flavour. It was I filled a bath with them.
Just laying
Just slid in.
That's not these, is it? Oh, Jesus.
No.
Okay.
I had a hell of a job super gluing the back. Closed again. Did I tell you what the time? I worked in an engineering place, NCR.
Yeah.
And the manager guy, I got on fine with him. It was a terrible place to work. And somebody had opened a Mars bar.
Okay.
A king-size Mars bar.
Right.
He always used to have a king-size Mars bar with his coffee. And his office was this little bucket bit to the side.
Okay.
The guy carefully opened the Mars bar, stuck up his arse,
No.
shat it back into the wrapper, heat sealed the top and put it back on the guy's desk.
They do have the equipment to do that there.
Yeah, and then they all stood and watched as he ate this ass bar.
Oh, Jesus.
And I thought I might get to say, but it wasn't worth your while grassing people up. A Mars bar.
I'm not going to say who, because I think there may be some legal repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
But I know someone who went to a particular restaurant behind it in St Andrews and would get free sandwiches after surfing, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Because the guy that worked in there was a surfer.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, these guys come out, American, get the fuck out of here, shouting and pushing and shit, right?
Yeah.
Secret Service. Someone very important inside. Can't say who. Again, I don't want to narrow things down.
Yeah.
So the Secret Service went away. And that person and his mate went in and got all the forks, stuck them up their bum. Blunted first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then watched as the forks were then taken out and served to people. Isn't that incredible?
I wouldn't be happy if a Secret Service person from a different country told me to move.
Oh, we're just
I'd be like, no, fuck off.
Fuck you.
Just get to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm led to believe the Secret Service are not like Abbey Cornish and Geostorm.
There was not one sexy one.
They're considered to be the shittest of the... Because they're just bodyguardy guys. They're shit. They pretend...
Bullet absorption units.
Yeah, do they not... If there's stamp fraud, they're not involved in like quite obscure.
It was
Americans. The police networks are strange. There's so many different.
Yeah, if you have a local Bobby who's been on like the job for 30 years, and he says you fucking move, he says it with a gravitas.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy and his mate, they didn't have any. There was no. We were just like.
They'd have a piece of popcorn in the lug and they're kidding on.
They had all the wires and shit. It was and jackets that looked too big for them, and it was like out of film.
Yeah,
it was kind of ridiculous. We were just like, no, fuck off. The guy goes, no, fuck off. And it was just,
no. Yeah.
But they rubbed. They didn't stick forks up
this
their bum.
Budweiser is a very refreshing beer. Can we get it close to the centre of the shot?
Oh, you never know. Budweiser is it Budweiser or Budweiser?
Budvar. Do you see how the condensation runs down the shaft of the bottle?
That's don't say shaft. We'll never get sponsorship.
One of my favourite films is Ice Cold and Alex.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
The bit at the end when they have the beer. I don't
drink. I wanted that beer.
That has turned people alcoholic.
Yeah.
It just looks like the incredible. Well, you don't drink, but you have drunk.
Yes.
Do you remember when you'd be at a party, family get together, and they were all drinking? You thought whiskey must taste like Kiora or Umbongo, but I thought it must taste even better.
Yes.
And then somebody gives you a glass of whiskey when you're 4.
Yeah, I had that, and it
you
tastes
go,
like shit.
Fucking hell,
horrible.
It's just,
but I like it now.
I love
whiskey, but I just choose not to drink. It's not because I was an alcoholic or anything like that. It's just,
to be honest, you should have been. The life you've lived.
Everyone assumed it was going to be. But the first whiskey I had was my uncle had a still in his bath. He used to make it. He'd go, "No, I'll have that." And
Cleric.
honestly, it
just
was
tastes
dark brown.
Oh,
And you drink it.
it's not supposed to be dark brown when it's
was
just
dark
through the
brown.
still.
It was dark brown.
That sounds like it was a wee bit roosty.
It was 90% rust you were having. Yeah.
Was it just maybe his bath water? He was putting some petrol in.
Oh, there's a distinct possibility.
It's like they used to in Dundee, the gas mantles when lights
Yeah.
were lit with gas.
I had
They-
one in my path. I remember.
They'd
yeah.
bubble it through milk, the
Right.
gas, and then drink the milk.
Oh my goodness.
It driven people mental. But in my
Anything.
hometown's a whiskey producing town, and the casks,
Yeah.
cooperage, there's thousands of them as far as I can see, just stacked up in these pyramids. And in the hot days, the heat, the sun bakes them, and the sweat,
Right. Okay.
and the alcohol comes out of the wood.
Oh.
And the locals used to go down with mops and sponges and collect it.
Oh no.
So you'd be sat in the pub having a pint, somebody go, hey mate, do you want a sip of that? And they'd give you a plastic Coca-Cola bottle, full Billings, they speak of it, and there was pieces of wood in it.
Oh.
But folk had gone blind. Folk had drank it and gone blind.
Because you're using a mop that's
You can
probably
expect
had
it.
bleach on it.
You know the Russians will drink
Yeah.
antifreeze and stuff, but yeah, the Scots were no far behind them.
Oh,
Yeah.
you used to get when I was at school, you'd get, it's probably a similar thing, but you'd get your gas refill can.
Mm-hmm.
You'd make a wee hole in a can of Coke and and it'd bubble through it.
Everything
Then
in
tape it up, and then people, I never drunk it, but
Yeah.
you'd see people drinking it.
That-
They'd get really sick, and
Yeah.
then they were gone. They were on the fucking moon. They were chasing monsters around. It was
oh,
terrible.
for fuck's sake.
Really bad.
But it was anything, it was all stuff you do to Coke.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was part of Coke's advertising thing.
Yeah, that was it.
Let's get folk taking shit with Coke. People would put paracetamols into
That's
Coke.
right. It was aspirin and that was the thing.
I remember
wasn't it?
people
Yeah.
thought you could get high off people's asthma inhalers.
Anything. But when I was at school in the 80s, that it was all about what can we take,
Yeah.
and the
Everybody
little
wanted to get
hardware
fucked up.
shop
Everybody.
on Blackness Road, directly across from the school.
Yeah.
That would sell all the wee.
That guy's just
all the
recently
gas,
retired.
That's right. All the gas in singles. Everything was in packets, and he'd separate it up for the school kids because everyone was taking gas. So I remember taking gas because all my mates are taking it. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like how old was it? 12.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it on your bottom teeth and just push it like that. And I went, I don't feel anything.
Mm.
And then I felt a wee bit dizzy, and it went away. I went, doesn't work with me, and I've never done it again.
Right.
But I was in assembly when I done it, and there was a guy from the Gideons were there.
Oh.
And I looked up and went, why the fuck is he wearing an ant suit? And I saw him with this big, badly made ant suit
That's
on.
what's called brain damage.
Absolutely fucked it was. But apparently it was quite a story where me and my mate Attar were just completely freaking out
Yeah.
and had to get carried out, and they were holding us thinking that something had gone wrong. There was a chemical leak in it. They didn't understand what had happened, and we were just sitting with gas.
Jesus
And that was
Christ.
just one.
Well, the thing
breath.
they're all taking is that Knox, the hippie crack.
Oh, you see them everywhere.
Dundee is hoaching with them. I collect them
You know
every
the
time I
biggest
see them.
problem with them? If you stand on them, you'll break your back
You'll
because you
slip,
slide.
yeah.
Oh, God.
But they can cause permanent brain damage, shrinkage of the brain and stuff.
You do see the evidence.
Yeah.
Because when we were young, it was glue and gas.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Knox.
on glue.
I have had a wee whifter of one. And it just gives you a light-headed buzz.
That's ridiculous. You think how dangerous that is? What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. Look at you. That's probably not even beer in that.
No. Noxious gas. Is it? What was it? Nox? I don't know the actual chemical of it.
Nitrous. I don't
Nitrous
know.
oxide, is it?
Something like that, yeah. But you use it to fucking shoot guns. Why you... It's like in Dundee, if there's anything that it says not for human consumption, you go, you know what that does? That gives you magic powers. Everyone's convinced if it says not for human consumption, they're keeping something from you.
I know. I think
fucking...
I think a wee snoot of it is fine, but I think some of these people are consuming about.
No, a wee
for-
snoot of it is not fine.
I think some of them are taking like 40,
Oh, Jesus.
40 or 50 of them. Everyone's dangerous, man.
I was walking, just last year, I was walking home from here, and I was walking behind a junkie. I swear to you, every 30 feet, you heard clink clink on the ground where he was dropping another one, just...
Jesus Christ.
And he got up to
He must
the
have
graveyard,
yeah.
and he just went in, had a wee lie down and died, probably, I don't know, but he just lay
He
down.
must have a wee device to crack them open.
Yes, he was thinking it. The whole lot was gone.
Jesus.
Lungs. That's compressed. That's a lot, and he's breathing it and breathing it. Not
Straight
good.
into his lungs from the... oh, my God.
Straight in. How it didn't... It could... Because it freezes you, doesn't it? It could do that as well. And
I think
terrible.
you're supposed to put it into a balloon.
That's right. And it expands. He's going... and his teeth are falling out.
Oh, Jesus.
He won't last.
He could burst like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he just explode. But it's not a good thing. So anyone listening to this, don't do that stupid shit.
No,
Jesus.
it's mad. Don't do it unless you life's a struggle.
It's don't do. Well, you said don't do it unless. No, there's no unless. Right? We're going to make this clear.
There's no children listening to this.
It's not about children. It's a stupid thing to take.
What you can do is a free Bentos pie.
Yeah.
The gas that's above that. Crack one of those bad boys open.
Oh.
And it's just it's a meaty high.
Or open a packet of sliced chicken and breathe in the fart smell.
Did you never do it when you were a kid? Kind of squirty cream.
No.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Did you never go? Psh, psh?
No.
God Almighty.
No. We're going to have to stop eating. This is disgusting.
I'm from the northeast, and we there was very little else to do. You're just looking for opportunities to get wrecked.
By the time I was 14, there was a lot of heroin about.
Yeah, I never thought the heroin. No, I like stuff you could buy at the shops. I just couldn't sit there and inject myself. Could you put a needle in your own arm?
No, but all my friends were smoking it at the time.
Yeah, but yeah. They say there's a gateway drug, but smoking heroin is a genuine gateway drug.
To what?
To more heroin. And just injecting it. I've been at a party once in Glasgow and there was people like smoking heroin and they were fucked.
It's not good for you.
No.
You're not the cool guy at the party when you're smoking heroin. You're just sitting there
those
pissing
cool
yourself.
Just shitting yourself. And you think about heroin, you shit yourself and you wouldn't care.
They don't care.
That's brilliant.
I don't care.
I don't like a thing where the first time you try it is as good as it's ever going to get. So
That's
the rest of your life you're chasing
it.
that mad high.
Well,
that's not good.
I was talking to our neighbour the other day.
I'm having a cooler ball, that's it.
That's it. And she has her drunk junkie type that sits outside her house, the one she's having an affair with. And as we were talking, he just pissed himself. But
she's not having an affair with him, is she?
Of course she is. I assume. Probably, yeah. Sounds likely. I think we should make it official. She is. But he definitely shot himself. But his urine smelled. Oh, I've never.
Like petrol?
No, it was.
Like cat pee?
It's
concentrated?
No, not. Wasn't that.
Floral?
I'll say it was something cat related. It was like cat food. It had that.
Beefy? If your piss smells like beef.
But disgusting.
You know the day
it was rotten. I think it was him. He's rotten on the inside and it's...
Well, I've seen me
bad.
if I've been hitting it hard, the following day you go for a pee and it smells like sugar puffs.
Oh, I get that. I get that
puff.
after eating sugar puffs.
Mm. Can you not flavour your ejaculant by various foods?
Pepsi Max apparently is horrendous, I've been told.
I never drink Pepsi Max.
I haven't had it in many years.
Asparagus isn't good.
Mm-mm.
Those middle class hand jobs are just...
Score. Get the fuck out.
Oh, asparagus.
The whole house.
Asparagus tips.
The whole house is reeking.
Just absolutely fuck. Well, there was a junkie had come to the museum I was working in, and I went in. You've to always check the toilets after the junkie, and I checked the shitter, and he'd shat. But it was like Bovril. It was just a liquid.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a human smell. It was like rotten meat.
Yeah, that's them rotting on the
inside.
inside.
Rotting inside.
You get that.
I remember working in a pub years and years ago. And at the end on a Saturday night after closing, you'd clean the lines. So you just drink. And the lines were miles away. So you had pints upon pints and you just drink all. And on the bar was a glass with ice in it. And a liquid in it. And we're checking what it was. And I smelt it. And it smelled like rotten meat. Like really rotten, rank meat.
Oh, that's death there.
And we're like, whose is that? So we left it there. So we knew it was one of the staff. It was one of the staff drinks. And a guy called Funky. He was the chef. Funky. I don't know if I've told this story.
No,
but Funky,
I've not heard this one.
Funky, it was his teeth. His teeth were so rotten.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a glass of water he was drinking. and he'd flavoured the water rotten meat flavoured. And I used to share a flat with Funky very briefly.
Oh my God.
No, sorry, I didn't. I shared a flat with a guy called Hisham Tamraoui, a lovely couple called Mitch, a couple of Moroccan guys, and Funky was their mate, and he'd come round. Betty would share a joint, and I got gingivitis, and I'm sure it was all Funky's fucking teeth.
God.
But Funky, there's one day,
that's nauseating.
disgusting. Have another sweetie, it'll clean the palate. Go on, have another one.
We're not allowed. No, you've touched it now.
Cool.
No, we're not allowed.
Funky,
Professional.
during daytime is professional. Jesus Christ.
10,000 hour professional.
Keen amateurs.
Keen amateurs.
What did they say about a broken clock? Tells the right time twice a day.
That's true. Mine's is digital. Doesn't work like that.
But Funky, daytime service, so the food, and this couple were waiting for the food, and everybody's phoning up the kitchen. Funky's no answering.
Oh.
So I'm like, Funky! So I goes upstairs, checks the kitchen, and the burgers are burnt black in the deep. They just kind of pubs just deep fry the burgers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, where the fuck is he? Everyone's burnt. And I go through to the kludgy, the toilet, and he sat there on the shitter with the door open, eating a cheeseburger and chips.
Oh my goodness.
On the shitter. That was the chef in the pub.
That sounds a wonderful establishment.
But we brewed our own, I'm not going to tell the name of the pub, but we brewed our own beer on site.
Right, okay.
And there was going to be a change of management. They were putting a new manager in. So on the last day before the new management came in, we went fucking mental. We were pushing down the chutes into the beer tanks.
Why?
Because everybody was fucked. We flooded the whole place with about a foot of water, and we're sliding across the floor on our bellies, and then we're climbing inside the dumb waiter. Which
that's pretty cool.
No, but you were in like
incredibly dangerous, I imagine,
and you were getting sent up and down.
I have no response.
It was.
I will never.
We got new
you.
management in. No, we got new management in this one time. After the new management came in, and we were kept on the bar staff.
Okay.
And again, I used to get shifts and that, and the new manager said, look, and he used a football analogy with me, which never worked. It gets my back up.
Okay.
And he said, you used to be the star striker. He says, now you're on the bench. We're not going to be able to offer you the same amount of hours till you can. So he'd brought in his own mates to work behind the bar. So I thought, fuck this.
I used to get something said to me by my old boss. That a similar thing that I hated. He went, you're shite at your job.
You're shite at your job.
I hated that.
How perceptive of him.
I can't argue with him. I was awful. But, I have feelings.
Yeah, so I just left the pub. But then I was back a couple of weeks later with my mates, and we went in. And he was surprised to see me there after I'd left. And I says, how are you doing? And I went upstairs to the toilet, and we smashed it from the ground, from the floor at the ground. We took everything off the walls.
Oh my goodness.
We smashed all the toilets. Took all the hot air things off the wall, just destroyed it utterly. Went back down and kept drinking, and I could see him and his mates behind the bar whispering at each other and going and running about, but they decided to let it slide.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because fuck him. I take a grudge.
Oh God, you take
a grudge to the grave. He's probably dead now.
I used to be like.
Would you like to be a bar manager?
No.
Can you? Because they don't get paid well, and it's a hard job.
I have no doubt.
It's a hard job.
And a lot of pressure.
Huge. They just get rid of you. And they always replace the manager with the assistant manager. It's like the Roman Empire, the pub trade. They're always stabbing each other in the back.
I can't say who. He's actually gone now, but I still can't say who. But he owned a lot of pubs, and one of his bar managers went into this pub in, I think, Kirkcaldy, and turned it around and made it bar of the year in the whole of the UK.
Right, okay.
And he won a Jaguar. But the owner of the pub went down and said, that's mine, and took it off him. Isn't that the worst thing? He won a Jag. A pale blue one, I remember. It was lovely. I said, where'd you get the car? To the guy, because I knew him. Told me the whole story. He says, he's a fucking bar manager. He's not keeping that. It's my pub. Isn't that awful?
That's kind of disgusting.
That's what he done.
There was a guy I worked with, and he ended up in Edinburgh. He got this sweet deal. I won't say the name of the pub in Edinburgh, but above the bar, Eddie's flat.
Right, okay.
Can you imagine? It's the dream. It's the dream.
It's the dream. Not for me.
It's the dream. Not for you. For me, it's a dream. But he knocked the shit out of it. You know what I mean? So he was just helping himself to everything. And then he knew it wasn't going to last. And then the regional management team came in. And
Just
you're going to have to go. There was no money in the safe. Getting all the shit. But they don't like to, because the pub trade is so dodgy. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
They're hiding money left, right and centre. They never really go to the police if a manager steals from them. Because the business is theft.
They don't want to look into it. Yeah.
They don't want anybody looking into it. So
That's very true. That's
there was a pub
true.
in St Andrews that sponsored 20 different teams.
Right.
But they didn't sponsor any teams. And the
Okay.
guy was just putting all the sponsorship money in his back pocket.
Okay, yeah.
He owned the Park Hotel in Dundee, which is famously bad,
That
which is now
explains
gone.
everything. It's flattened.
It's such a
Rubble.
terrible boozer. They smashed it down to the ground, they dug it up, they turned over the soil, and they put salt down so nothing else would grow.
Absolutely. I saw a priest
Yeah.
putting all the holy water on it. Awful.
The guy that used to be the manager there went out one night clubbing and locked the pub behind
You
him.
were saying
and it was
this.
full of elderly folk for a funeral. And they were all, the place caught fire, and they were all at the glass. They couldn't get out. The fire service had to smash a window and let them out.
That's
Famous Dundee pub.
It was terrible.
There's some of the, if people aren't aware of Dundee, there's some quality establishments.
The Park Hotel, not far from me. That's the last time I went in there. I think I said this. It was my dad's funeral, and we went to the, as
That's
you
all they
described
did?
it,
Oh.
the death disco.
Oh, yeah.
And I went in for 10 seconds, and my mum says, "Get out of here,"
Yeah.
because she knew I was going to start glassing people.
Yeah.
Because it's a tradition of
Oh.
after a funeral in Dundee, a pub is to glass someone,
Oh,
even if you like them, just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
glass them.
It's just a, yeah.
But when I went in, I mistakenly closed one of the glass doors. You know how the front of it was all glass and it was like a little
Yeah.
extension, and I closed it, and the glass pane just went. I didn't break; it just fell onto the ground. It was
Jesus.
balanced there in the door.
They served food.
I know.
It was all soft, so you
It
could
was-
eat it with dentures.
Yeah.
But they did weddings as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Weddings and funerals. I worked there on the bar one night,
oh
and
goodness.
they were going about the tables, taking the half drunk stuff, and they were reselling it. Guinness, and if you go to a rough pub, do not drink a pint of Guinness, because it's just they'll put everything in a Guinness.
Oh, that's
Can a Guinness?
terrible.
You never get two pints of Guinness. Never taste the same.
That's very true.
Because
This is what it.
some
yeah.
of it's got lager in it, some of it's got some
limeade.
drambuie in it, limeade. The contents of the spittoon.
Oh God.
There was some pubs in Glasgow. There's one famously called the Kelvin Dock.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's still there, but I was there when I was a student 30 years ago, and that had spittoons in it.
Jesus, that
Get the
would make
kind
me
of
throw
place.
up.
There's no windies,
Yeah.
and I've been in place with the sawdust on the floor. They throw down sawdust.
Oh my God. What
I mean,
century are you from?
But they're not trying to make it a nice place to drink. They're purely an alcohol delivery system.
That used to be like. I don't
It's
think it's like it now,
Stalinist.
but it was the Central Bar. I
Right,
don't know what it's like now, but 20 years ago, I remember doing a delivery there,
right.
and I went up the stairs to it, and I went in. Was it
Where's the Central Bar?
Oh God! Now it's on the same street that Blacks is on, and you go upstairs to it.
Oh, that's still it's in a wee. There's a
it's wee
step
street,
take you
and
up.
then you
Yeah.
go up. Yeah.
It's called. Is it not called?
Is it?
There's a wee
Centre- have I got
nightclub
it
there
wrong?
that's called Alley Cats.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Alley
Right.
Cats.
Well, I went in there,
Oh,
and the
Yeah.
barman. It was like a film.
is that not quite low?
Yes.
Yes,
that's it.
I've been in
That's
there.
it.
I've been in there. Yeah.
And he's washing a glass, and he just looks at me, and his knuckles were all calloused where he's been obviously punching people, and they've all got alcoholic faces, and there's just
Oh.
three guys there, and they all stop, and the guy says, "You better have a reason to be in here. It's a pub." And I'm like, "I'm
Jesus.
doing a delivery." And he went, and he was dead suspicious, and then he realised he ordered it, and he went, "Oh, that's great, just over here, son."
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
God almighty, it was a dodgy place.
Where was the one next to where the Nando's is? And you went. There was one way in and one way out. You just went downstairs. It was a basement bar.
Oh, I don't know that one.
One way in, one way out.
That's so
a wee
scary.
narrow staircase.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there used to be the one on the road that takes you to the railway station. I can't remember what it was called, and I used to sometimes play some gigs in there.
That's the one that Davy Dodds,
I
Elephant
don't know.
Man, ran.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
It's
You went
now
down.
an estate agent or
You
something.
went downstairs to that one.
No,
No?
this was on
No?
one level.
Was it?
Yeah, this was on one level. But it was like the old Lucifers, which is, what's that called? I don't know.
Oh, did you? We're showing
the change, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you were playing a set,
Mm-hmm.
your drummer had to go on one stage, you went on another with a singer, and the toilets were in between you, and people would go for a piss going, sorry lads, sorry. It was just very awkward.
What's the one that just looks across at the train station? It's blue.
Oh yeah, I don't know the name of that one.
We went in there one time, and this was just after the smoking ban, and the smell of urine was so pronounced, you just couldn't hack it. You could not hack it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was like can you get that, bats have been in a cave.
But they all flood there, all those ones. So
Yeah.
that's probably part of it, yeah. All
Yeah.
the toilets,
Oh.
high tide.
That whole place, I've led to somebody I know was working in, I think it was maybe Waterstone, something, but there's a downstairs toilet, and the tay started just to come up through the toilet. It
Yeah,
was like
high tide.
3 feet of water.
Yep, every day.
Jobbies on it.
Yep.
What they used
Still
to
like
do,
that.
businesses further up would tie a wee note to a jobbie, and you could pass
Just
messages
pass
to
it.
each other.
Oh, sometimes though.
Meet me at Boots Corner for a sandwich. Oh God!
And have you ever seen it when it's been really bad down there, and you go down, say, Seagate and stuff,
Mhm.
and at night, and it's high tide, there are rats.
Oh, there's rats.
Thousands of
I
rats
used-
running up the high street.
I used to work. There's the Tesco's on Riverside,
Oh, they're covered in rats.
and
yeah.
up the side of the Tate, there was just thousands of them.
Thousands of them.
running up and down. You could see the greasy marks.
And and the squeak.
the squeak.
the squeak
they keep
really
in contact
loud,
with each other. Yeah, a
It's
rat
really
is you know.
But they're just everywhere. But like a lot of the times when I was cycling and doing my big route every night,
Mm-hmm.
I would go that way, and
Oh.
you're trying not to hit them, and you're cycling. And they're just so, and they didn't care.
No.
There's millions.
They'll be
of them.
trying to trip you up so they
Yeah,
can get on top
mug
of you.
you.
Just fucking eat your eyeballs out.
No, they don't care.
Because you
they're
like the
tough lot.
rats. You like that James Herbert.
It's
The
a good
rats.
book. It's a good book.
Mm.
It's not the way I want to die, though.
Fucking hell.
I
Can
think
you
I'd avoid
imagine?
that.
If you get beaten, a tiger, fair
Something
enough.
quick,
But a rat's just get slowly nibble you, so it'll start at your toes and just
like a
eat.
T-Rex or something.
A T-Rex wouldn't have. A T-Rex is hunters, or were they mainly?
They believe they were
Ca-
scavengers.
scavengy.
So, yeah,
I think so, weren't they?
short.
They couldn't
arms.
have run very fast.
No,
They'd have been like a shark, a crocodile. Can a crocodile can't chew?
exactly the same.
It just-
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly the same. They'll just wait behind a tree.
I watched some of these YouTube stuff, and it's guys in Florida. Florida is insane,
It is insane.
but they're in like bayous,
Bayous,
and there's
yeah.
like stuff like saber-tooth tiger, like fangs, just lying
That's
on
mental.
it's mad. Giant sloth bones,
Oh,
just phenomenal
but it's
place.
crazy there now because loads of people have let their anaconda pets go.
Oh, they're
And now
Burmese,
there's giant
Burmese
ones all over.
pythons.
Yeah,
And Burmese pythons, there's no limit to how big they'll get. Theoretically, if
I've seen
they'll eat a crocodile,
a couple of
an alligator.
yeah,
Or,
there's a couple of bits of footage, and if anyone, you look this up, a snake crossing a river, and the boat's going towards it, and you're like, this is fake. It's not. This thing has to be 25 foot long.
Jesus Christ, they've eaten people.
Giant.
They have
It's
eaten people.
Giant, yeah.
Yeah. But there's nothing eats them.
Scary.
Florida.
Yeah.
Just folk think like the remember the Ninja Turtles? People got terrapins and then
Yeah.
just started like putting them down the toilet. Folk are horrible to
They
pets.
are horrible, but then again, they're all probably ninjas now.
They're ninjas. I never understood that show.
I never got it. I think I was too old for that.
Way too old for it.
I think so.
There seems to be a fondness. There's a Netflix show about the toys that made us. Have you seen that?
No.
You're joyless, so you probably
I
didn't
wouldn't
have any
like
toys.
it. I didn't have any.
The toy you got from your mum and dad was a brick with a nail in it.
I loved my brick.
Bricky. Bricky. Just slam your
I love
bollocks
my
with it.
brick.
Just slam your
No, I
Did you draw a face on it? Tell it all your wee stories.
I love all my Jim will
Bricky,
Fix It
I'm
games.
sad today, Bricky.
I had my Jim will Fix It board game. I had
I bet you
my
did.
Rolf Harris stylophone. Oh, my youth was just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolf Harris was often on your lips.
I've still got, oh Jesus, I've still got my stylophone. Well, I got
well,
one
I've
bought
got.
for me.
My mum and dad emptied their attic and they got a load of books, childhood books. The Three Investigators by Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh,
Love
I've never
those
heard of
books.
that.
Oh fuck!
Is it good?
It's maybe a wee bit advanced for you, mate.
Oh, right.
It was Alfred Hitchcock never wrote them.
Right, okay.
They were ghost written.
Yeah.
Jupiter Jones,
Oh.
He was like they lived in it. I'll actually give you one to read. They were investigators, as you'd imagine, but they
It's in the name.
in the name. But they'd live in. It was always the three investigators and the Purple Pirate.
Oh, no, I don't want this book.
But they had a gang hut in a scrap heap with secret. They entered it through a trap door and stuff. Mate, you'd love it. You'd really love
that's
it.
great.
Yeah.
Do you remember when scrap heaps used to just be fun? Now they're all illegal.
Well, they're all. Yeah, you get lockjaw if you scratch yourself.
Yeah,
stuff.
you get ill now. It used to just
But
be fun.
you'd go there.
Mm-hmm.
We'd actually do a thing with my mum and dad. We'd go to this local scrappy, the municipal tip.
Yeah.
But it had been really, really old, and you'd find bottles, really old bottles.
Was a big thing.
That
to
was
find.
a thing people did.
Yeah,
though.
you'd go and find bottles. Yeah.
You weren't the only family there. Everybody was like rooting about. But nowadays it's just plastic crap and tampons, which I collect as well. If you put about 1,000 tampons in a big Kilner jar, you can make a form of alcohol out of it.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
tangy, clears the nostrils.
You know
It's
how,
like Drambuie.
do you know how we're going for advertisers? It's not going to happen, man.
Well, it could.
It's not going to happen.
I think a straitjacket manufacturers.
You know what? I was going to
Commodes.
advertise my own product on
Commode.
this show, but I don't think we're up to the standard.
You're not good at. You're not even good enough for your own.
No, I'm not good enough
Jesus
for my own
Christ!
product.
And your standards are.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what I mean.
Well,
He rubs his cock right down the seams.
there we go. That's why.
Because it's quite waxy. That's how he waterproof stuff. I gave him my Barber jacket, and you should have seen it was like not a speck of rain can get through.
Smell it though.
It stinks. It stinks of Shipham's fish paste.
Oh, Jesus.
Like Christ, it's waterproof.
Well, I think we've proved our point. Would you stop looking at your fucking watch? It's new.
Because I modded it.
Oh God, this fucking watch. It's been modded.
I'm
now
getting
it's special.
I'm getting so many watches. I'm actually having to cut back a bit. I've almost filled my box.
How many is that?
I think it's 40 now.
Jesus, man. I got one watch.
Yeah, he loves it. It tells. That's all you need to know about you and me.
Notifications.
Yours is the watch that would be on Data's wrist.
Oh,
Mine is a watch that would be on Worf's wrist.
oh, but no one likes Worf.
Well, everyone loves Worf. Worf went through the entire
Alexander,
series
take off that dress at once.
on his period. That's all he was. Worf.
Don't care.
He was just menstrual.
Bridey for a head.
He just wanted to fucking fuck stuff up, and they didn't let him. He was a man of action.
Restrained.
He wanted to fuck stuff with a big axe, and they said, "No, we've got to speak when we
You
are
got
these
buttons.
fuck." Later on in the series, he got that ship all to himself, and I just think the Dominator or the
Yeah, he just went out and shot everyone.
intruder, and he just used to fly with the
And
galaxy killing.
his son Alexander just wanted to be an artist.
Alexander, the laddie that played him's dead. He
What?
died. Yeah, he died.
Ah,
I
fuck.
hate shit like that. It spoils
That's
it.
sad.
Yeah, it's really Alexander. You remember Worf had the woman he had the bairn with?
No,
Do you like a Klingon lady?
I do.
Because your partner's got quite Klingon-y features.
She does.
Her
She-
forehead's quite pronounced.
It's the ribs in the
The
forehead.
ribs, yeah.
Yes. You know she fucking listens to this.
Oh, she does listen
and
to
you're
it.
aware of who she is.
Oh, I know who she is.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Bring it. That's all I'm going to say. I've got my watch. I'll dazzle her. If while she's distracted, I'll throw myself out the window.
You know she was arrested for... it doesn't matter.
Oh, God, no.
I won't go into it. She'll be mad.
Something she'd done to you, I'd imagine.
No, but she's...
Mhm.
Put it this way, without going into...
Does she hold a grudge?
Oh my God, does she hold a grudge?
Oh, yeah. I love people who hold a grudge.
I
You've
can't
got
ever
her.
leave her. There's no option now.
No, you can't.
Although, I've always felt when we do split up, she will leave me. That's coming. She'll figure out what's happening.
she will. She'll come to her senses.
And do you know what? I'm going to side with her.
Yeah, just say, yeah.
I'll just say, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm fair enough.
She's like that.
I'd
but
leave me too.
but she's like that. I need your skin.
That's what
She
I'm worried
says,
about.
you can go, but I like that too. Go and get a
Jesus.
butter knife and bring it to me. And you're like
She's
that.
kind of like that. There was someone in this building.
She'd make a jacket of your skin.
She was here one day, and someone in this building who's no longer on this floor,
Mm-hmm.
but really done something inappropriate. and she just lost her fucking shit. Now, I've known her for years, 15 years now, and she lost her shit in a way I've never seen.
It escalated
And she
fast.
went like that, you, and said the person's name. She says, I said your fucking name, cunt. Get over here. You fuck. And I was like, oh. And when she said you, I almost jumped.
I bet you'd never been more aroused.
I was, oh my God, I had a raging semi.
Can you get a semi?
Every day, that's it, that's my limit.
Just a pulse.
I'm at the age now where
a semi.
in my mind I'm there, but you look down, you go,
look at you.
It's terrible.
A wee mealy pudding.
You know what I get on the fucking internet now? It's adverts for mountain bikes, music equipment, that I understand.
Yeah.
Over fucking 60s in the Dundee area and Viagra.
I get ones for like hair treatment I don't want to I'm fine.
I'm happy.
I don't want to
regrow
Who'd fucking regrow? Having hair, you have to cut the shit.
But here's the thing with hair regrowth, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you take a pill, how does it know to go to your head? You just end up with like really hairy knees or something.
No, I think the body does know.
Does it know?
Yeah. I think so. I don't think hair appears where there was no hair.
I've used logic to figure things out. That's why penis enlarging cream doesn't work, because there's no one going around with giant hands.
No.
Fact.
Penis enlargement cream.
Doesn't work.
Does it just swell it a wee bit?
Look at these, normal.
You should just... you could just get a bumblebee to repeatedly sting you on the shaft.
Now, don't they do that for, like, getting your lips bigger?
Yeah.
Bee stings.
Yeah.
The fuck? What's wrong with people?
What was I watching a film the other day? She looked bee stung. You know that Rona Mitra, the actress?
Oh, she's...
You like Rona Mitra?
Yeah, well, she's
done something appalling to her.
I don't know what's happened to her, because she was a good-looking girl. She's the first Lara Croft in the game.
But she was on a thing called Doomsday, which was a missed opportunity where Glasgow became cannibalistic. Well,
it was just
more cannibalistic.
Yeah.
But I like that pile of shite film.
I've not seen it. I think
there's something really, but I wish it was filmed in South Africa.
So it's very Glaswegian.
It's very Glaswegian. But she's they live in LA, and I think there's a lot of pressure on them. And I would just wish people would just let themselves get older.
Olivia Munn. Unfeasibly beautiful woman.
What she's done
to her face, I don't know. And it's like she's only young, and there's been work done. It's like she was so ridiculously beautiful,
right?
But she wasn't aware. She looked in the mirror and saw something different. I think that's the saddest thing.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to cure
the saddest thing.
If you don't
ridiculous.
And the thing is, they get a bit done, and then they get a bit done. Like Simon Cowell's a British equivalent.
Yeah,
he looks like Udi and Usay Hussein, the corpse pictures. Remember when they'd killed them?
Yeah.
And the American military got makeup on them,
tidied them up a bit.
But luckily in this country, have you seen David Beckham recently?
He's going strange.
He's looking kind of like Vegas magician looking.
Yeah,
because he's getting surgery early. What a vain prick.
You know what? I could say it's
moisturise is beyond me.
I agree. It's vanity, and you could say that, but I think they're in a world where they actually get a fear.
Yeah.
And it's a real psychological damage.
You will get old.
I love being older. If someone said,
I think I look better now than I have.
I look better now than I've ever done.
Luckily, men, if you look a bit fucked up,
it works for you.
It works for you.
It works for you.
Yeah, but it's LA. I think I think the doctor system are just there, and they're pressurising people to get work done.
Absolutely. Like Looker, you're 1.2 millimetres out.
1.2 and it never works.
Doesn't work.
Just go and try and do something. I don't know.
I like when people age. I like seeing them older.
Yeah, there's nothing but if you see I'm not speaking about it sexually, but you probably are. An old face, an old lady's face, they can be beautiful and as wrinkly as an old prune.
Of course you can.
But we've lost that beauty.
See, this is what happens.
Beauty isn't just youth.
Years ago, it was the sexiest women in the world, and it was Helen Mirren was in the top 10.
Right.
And now she's an old woman at that point, but people were saying sexy. She's got a presence, and she's lovely.
She's a dirty old lady.
That does help.
It's like what's her name? Her that sung the James Bond theme tunes. Shirley Bassey. She's a game old bird. When you
she?
hear her interviewed,
Goodness.
she's saucy.
That's wonderful.
Just
confidence,
a piece of
self-awareness.
advice somebody told me is when you're over 40, you've got to fucking smile, because there's nothing grimmer than a sour-faced old guy can going about. Because they get that way, the shoulders go.
I know I smile a lot, but not when I
I've
walk.
never seen one. No, God, Christ.
When I walk, everyone thinks I've been fighting with someone. I walk with this.
You've got a
stern.
pace. Yeah.
I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
You look like you've just got out of the special unit. You've had a torrid 20 years fighting off stuff in the shower.
Do you really think about these things too much?
I give a lot of thoughts to stuff.
Jesus fucking Christ. 10,000 hours, man. 10,000
That's a hefty
hours.
number. I genuinely thought it'd be 1,000. And then I was going to have to let you down gently and say, Derek,
this
isn't working, mate. I've got other things
You've
to do.
spent all this money and done all this fucking... Just pull it down.
Just mothball it. Just cut your losses.
10,000
We could
hours.
be like one of those abandoned Disney theme parks.
You've got that look to you like an old water slide.
Yeah, an old water slide.
A rusty water
When
slide.
some of that flesh-eating microbes get into the water and
And
it
it
turns
just-
algae. That poisonous purple algae.
Oh dear.
It's a
But
way.
we're not like that. People are watching us.
God, we're sounding negative. We're very upbeat.
We're doing... Oh fuck, I'm having a Haribo. Everyone loves us eating. You know, when I was filming the show once, I whispered sometimes. And people said, could you do a whole show like that?
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Eh?
Hello guys, how you doing? I'm enjoying my Haribo.
Now there'll be people furiously wanking already at this.
I think that's what they all did.
I think it's relatively common with our listeners.
Do you think they all get together in clusters and just reach around and chokey wank each other? How do you think anybody's been chokey wank? And is it? Could you let us know which point of the podcast? If it's an hour long, can you get?
This is important research.
Yeah, can you get to the end of it without passing unconscious because of the chokey wanking? So do we need to have a shorter show? So they can get to the end and then pass out? Or do you like to have a show where we could maybe have a musical interlude halfway through, chokey wank,
get their breath,
the pass out, the come to, maybe some...
the shakes.
Who's that guy that used to whistle? Roger Whittaker.
Oh yeah, he
An
could whistle
interlude in the
very
middle
well.
with some whistling. That'll bring you back in the room and then there's a second half.
God,
This is the data we need. Do people tend to listen to the show lying down? Do they like to stand up? I'm fascinated
This
by
is
this.
the sort of metrics, I believe it's called, that we need.
Has anybody listened to us in the bath? I bet you folk have listened to us while having a shit. Because I could take a shit for an hour and a half.
Here's something. I done one of our shows and it was filmed and I wanted to check it and I was in the bath watching you.
Oh, wonderful. On all fours.
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful image. Has anyone done open heart surgery while they're listening to us?
Oh, the surgeons always listen to stuff.
The surgeons do.
We'd help
It
them
tends to be
focus.
classical music, but I think it's...
No. They've got to listen to us. That'll help.
Has anybody laid in a tanning salon and listened to us?
Oh, wouldn't that be classy?
Wouldn't that be good?
That's very Dundee.
Is there any dog groomer parlours that listen to us?
Dogging. I don't want to get involved with that
Listen
again.
to this in the dogging. Imagine you're in your Ford Cortina. You're sat there. The wife's getting rogered by the Hale Street.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have us on?
God. Oh, public announcement. If you were at the dogging event in Arbroath
The Arbroath.
last week,
I couldn't attend that one.
get in touch with people. COVID has broken out.
They're being discreet.
Has broken out. They're being very discreet, they said on it.
Arbroath doesn't smack of sexiness to me.
I don't know. If there's enough fishermen, fish.
You think that you'd think that the swinger thing would be all like Eyes Wide Shut, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. It's not. It's folk with colostomy bags.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
There'll be a lot of varicose veins.
It's like when I accidentally went dogging and joined the queue.
Female alopecia.
There'll be lots of
There'll
that.
just be stuff that's going on. Just folks wrinkly old Michael Douglas Elsa's going like, I don't want to watch a bunch of people fucking.
No, I don't want to see it.
Saying that, if there's a good buffet.
I have to be there when I'm fucking, and that's bad enough. It's so off-putting.
But you do have sex in a mirrored cube. I've told you. It's like it's the infinity.
It'd be better if I wasn't on my own.
It's just a limitless amount of yourself.
Oh,
fucking into oh.
Imagine that. But the further it goes away, the more delayed it gets. So it's like watching someone else, but it's still you.
Jesus.
I've made myself sad.
Oh God, it's a bleak. Human beings, we're just meat puppets essentially.
Meat bags that
Just
slam
bags
together.
of meat. We're like just a leftover in the butcher's
If you've
windy.
ever been having sex, if you ever got to the point where you know this is going to end soon, so you reach across to try and put the Xbox on because it takes a wee minute to
I
heat
don't
up.
play video games.
Right, okay.
I've not played a video game since Pac-Man on the old
Why
Atari.
not? Why don't you get into games? It's wonderful.
I feel my life is too much shit as it is.
There's people who watch
Oh,
this.
sorry, I lied. I did play Resident Evil, the first game of Resident Evil.
Wonderful.
I like the dog.
Oh yeah, and it comes round the cut. So you remember the first 4 minutes of the game? Yeah.
That's it. The thing is, I've told you this before. I can't give a fuck. I don't care about completion. So, kind of board game, watching a game on the television. Okay. So I couldn't care in a video game to complete it. I'd lose interest.
Right. Well, I don't play the sort of games you complete.
Maybe games have moved on. If I felt really involved, say I had electric nipple clamps on, and to complete a stage, no, is there none of that?
No, though there is that, but no, you're not doing that. You're not allowed. No, I love my games. I play fantastic games now. From Borderlands 2, not Borderlands 3. It's terrible.
Do they call them games?
It's a game.
Because remember,
a lot of people are calling them services now.
Yeah, because nerds. I used to read a lot of comics, and I always called them comics, but they started to call them graphic novels. So I would have thought games would have called themselves someone else.
They're still games.
They're not games. This is more than a game.
Well, I do feel that. I do feel. You know, when you were a kid and you're playing hide and seek.
No, I never played. I used to go and hide, and nobody would seek.
Well, you hide behind a tree, and your mates are getting closer, and you start needing a piss.
That's a different kind of game you were playing. Were you playing it with adult men?
Just a few. And then that's what I feel now playing PUBG. When you're getting towards the final circle, you're getting closer. People are getting closer. Is
there a static electricity?
God!
Does everyone start sledging each other?
What does that mean?
It's when you slag each other to try and spoil each other. Can you communicate with each other?
You can, but you only do that if you're insane. You switch all that off.
Okay. Some little 12-year-old Korean kids I was almost doing
You're
the racist.
You're away doing an accent again.
I'm not doing
that. That out.
The thing is, you do accents, but I just do all accents badly.
Yeah.
But wait, what is a racist?
You can't be a bigot if you hate everyone.
No, don't. But Kim, I mean, you could do you can do a German accent. But you can't do a Japanese accent because that would be racist. Well,
I had a German ex, and I'd done the way she spoke once, and someone went, "Oh, you can't do that." I mean, that's the way she spoke. Yeah. That's the humour in the story is her getting it wrong in her accent. So but that was the way she spoke. Someone has permission to do my accent.
Remember Russ Abbott used to do the "See You Jimmy" thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never found that offensive, and I still don't now.
No,
don't care.
It's a different thing, I suppose.
Of course, it's a different thing, but I'm not being. If I done like my ex's accent, I'm not being racist.
No,
my other ex was American. I done her accent when she would say something hilarious, like going to Castle Uriquat. And I would do it in her accent.
There's a guy I know, and he thinks it's semolina poisoning.
I know someone else who'll probably listen to this that only gets jalapenos on his pizza.
Jalapenos.
And he's been saying it for years.
I've told you
this is probably the first time he's heard that it's not right.
You know my mum, it's not Sambuca. She calls it Sambugi.
It's Sambugi.
But it is Sambugi.
If you want to see...
words can be improved.
They can be,
They're not set in stone.
If you want to see my mum have a complete meltdown, get her to say tarpaulin. Tarpaulin.
Poor woman.
Tarpaulin. I knew another girl who's sadly gone now, and she, if you just wanted to have a laugh and there was nothing on TV, you'd go and say digestive biscuit.
Oh, digestive.
And she'd just go into this complete meltdown. She couldn't say it. Funniest thing ever.
I hate a digestive.
I love it.
I bet you do. I like a chocolate digestive.
A chocolate digestive is like, that's for when visitors are coming.
There's a
around.
digestive that's got toffee in it and the chocolate. Oh,
I missed my mouth. Sorry.
God almighty.
I was taking a drink and I
10,000
missed my
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours, man. 10,000. So
I'm looking
my
at.
next goal,
I'm looking into the future.
that's 10,000 hours
I
in
think
6
we could.
months.
I think, given enough time,
Yeah.
a lot of effort, no sleeping,
Okay, I'm ready.
cutting no social life,
Cutting all the carbs out.
cutting out. We could be Bobby Davro.
Oh, Jesus. Has he Me Too'd anyone?
We could be a Joe Pasquale. There's some low hanging fruit we could replace.
I don't know about Joe Pasquale. I don't think we're ever going to be
Pasquale.
that. Pasquale.
We're not going to be a Bradley Walsh.
Oh, no, he's like a national treasure now, isn't
Is
he?
Tommy Cannon still alive? Cannon and Balls.
I think so. Is
We
he?
could have them.
If he's dead,
Easy.
you wouldn't know.
What happens? Because there's famous,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a book. When you become famous,
Okay.
you get taken down to the temple. They open the book, and the woman with the robes, she writes your name in the book,
Okay.
and that's a famous book.
I didn't know this happened.
This happens.
All right.
I'm led to believe as you're getting lower down the pecking order,
Right.
the new bloods to get in the famous book, you have to take their life.
Oh.
So I'm more than happy to put a plastic bag over Tommy Cannon's head,
Okay.
half suffocate him, and then slit his throat, and then you have to show up with the head, and then you get on the book.
There'd have to be a big bag. There's a lot of curly hair.
There's a lot of curly hair, scouse hair, big moustache.
Big moustache to fit in that bag.
Oh,
But I don't know what level of fame are we going for. Clearly, we don't want Tom Cruise fame.
no, that's problematic.
That's too much.
I'd be a
'Cause-
better action hero than him.
Would you?
Yeah, I watched The Last Samurai recently. I wasn't convinced.
No.
Nah, I could throw myself about with more panache,
You could fall down.
a better profile. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
You've got a better profile.
he'll-
You don't have a profile.
No, I don't have a profile.
completely flat
Exactly,
face.
that's what it is. The Tom Cruise, he says he does his own stunts. That's a lie.
Well, he does jump out of planes. He did become a helicopter
No,
pilot.
I don't think he does. It's all a lie.
I'm all in with Tom Cruise.
No.
I love Tom Cruise.
He wouldn't be able to make
He's
a film
mental,
because he would trip and you could trip and break your ankle day one. That's the end of the film.
but he did trip and break his ankle.
I
and
don't
it's in the
believe
film.
Yeah, because he's doing a minor stunt like going up a set of stairs. I can manage that.
I twisted my leg the other day and my
Oh.
thigh hurts because I locked my front door and my leg went.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it can happen to
You're
the best
just-
of us.
you're
Me
not-
and Tom Cruise are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
He had his top off in some film I watched recently and his tits are starting to go.
Oh, I saw that in
He's trying his best, but his tits are
not
going.
the last,
The slide
Mission
down the
Impossible.
body. Can't help
the
himself.
one before it.
You
He was
can't
standing
stop.
on a window ledge.
Yeah.
And he just looked Iggy Popish.
You get a bit barrel chest. It just happens. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's fine.
Well,
He's 60.
I don't think he's 60. Is he?
He's
No,
57.
Is he fit?
He's
Is he old?
57.
He
and
looks well for 57.
He looks great. And when he goes into space to do this film,
Mhm.
he'll be in his 60s.
The
It's
surgery,
fine.
the surgery he does is the best of surgery because they get little incremental stuff.
Yeah.
They don't get
You
all in one big
Barely
whammy in
notice
Turkey.
it, yeah. Like
Mhm.
George Clooney's eyes. No one's meant to notice, but you saw he got his eyelid, his bags done.
They get them slightly freshened up.
Mhm.
What I've heard said is they don't try. The secret of plastic surgery, they don't try and make you look like you're 20.
Yeah.
They try and make you look like a wide awake 50-year-old.
That's fair enough.
You just look your
that's-
age,
you just
but
look
the
fine.
best version of your age.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But the
saw
cheap surgery.
a comic recently, Brian Callen, who's just been accused of rape and everything. But he got his eyes done.
Oh dear.
And now he's like,
Cheap surgery.
I have to. These claims are absolutely false.
Oh, so
And
it makes
he's-
him look guilty.
He looks like, and I didn't do it. That's the worst time to get your eyes done.
That poor bastard that was in Die Hard with the English guy. Brilliant. He's
Yeah.
Prince of Thieves and stuff.
Yeah.
He had his eyes done and then he kind of died a few years later. But it was terrible.
It
I think
didn't
he
look good.
regretted
Yeah,
it.
don't
Should
do it.
never had
Just
it
get
done.
old.
Get crumpled.
Get old. It's
Crumpled. The French have the right attitude because some of those French guys, they didn't even clean their teeth.
That's
and the
it.
women love them.
fine. How does it happen?
How does it happen?
I think
There's some
your
of them-
smell goes beyond the point where it then becomes man musk. And the women are just like, what's that man musk? They can't help themselves.
See if you know, I don't know, if you're freshly sweaty, if you've done a good job of work,
Yeah.
if fresh sweat smells okay, but you leave it a couple of days and it's a hell of a
I take
tan.
2 baths a day.
2 baths a day.
Yeah.
You have a bath in the morning.
Yeah. I'll worry about it.
I bet you just, it's the same bath water.
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same.
Keep it there a week.
I bet it's just a big bath full of malt vinegar.
Oh, that you'd be clean though, wouldn't you?
I bet you,
Nothing survives it.
instead of a bath bomb, you use a few of those urinal cakes you've nicked out of a pub.
Those
You've carved them into duckies.
Have you ever wondered what they taste like?
Pineapple?
No, I've not had one. I'm just
like an ice.
I'm surprised
like an icy,
you know.
like an icy pole, like a.
yeah, they're probably very good for you.
Oh,
That's it, dude. 10,000. And this is show. I have no idea.
I was going to say
high
thanks
30s.
to the listeners, but you know something? I'm no fucking thanking them. We've done all the bloody work.
That's a good
They
point.
just listened.
I put this up myself, and they just sit there.
They sit there chokey wanking.
They are putting some effort in.
Yeah, I bet they eat those big fucking boxes of Maltesers.
I love them.
I bet they soak all the chocolate off and then feed the little husks to the dog. Dirty bastards.
Dirty fucking bastards.
Fucking bastards.
We appreciate you, every
Yeah.
single one of you.
Apart from you know what I'm talking about.
Apart from them, my
You.
God.
I'm angrily chewing a horrible.
You're disgusting. Laters.
Ta-da!